Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. As preparation is on top gear for primaries in all the political parties, APC Aspirants seems to see themselves in very tight corner, and this is as a result of some of the tough conditions that have been issued out to them and which has formed a part of the form that they acquire for 100 million naira. Talking about the presidential aspirants. We're going to be looking at it because already this has caused a lot of rancor, and political analysts have considered it to be a step towards frustrating any form of litigation that some of them may likely bring up after the primaries. But before we continue with details of the names, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. And according to the news, the All Progressive Congress APC has released 9 guidelines to govern the conduct of presidential, governorship, and parliamentary aspirants before, during, and after its primaries. One of the conditions is that aspirants have been prohibited from suing the party or any of its members without first making use of avenues for redress and an in-house settlement mechanism. Added to these, the hopefuls at all levels must sign undertaking to accept the result of the primaries and work for whoever emerges as the flag bearers ahead of 2023. The National reports that the full conditions are contained on page 17 of the nomination form bought by aspirant, and I'm going to read it out to you. And it as follows. One, it said, abide to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the APC and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Abide by the primary election guidelines of APC and the Nigerian Electoral Act. Abide to place APC above selfish interests. I, my Faucet, my primary campaign organization, and my supporters undertake to accept the outcome of the primary and support whoever emerges as an APC candidate for the general election. Abide not to engage in dishonest practice, thuggery, being absent from meetings to which he or she is invited without reasonable cause, carrying out anti-party activities which tend to disrupt the peaceful, lawful, and efficient organization of the party or which are inconsistent with the aims and objectives of the party. Abide not to give wrong information to any organ of the party or unauthorized publicity of a party dispute without exhausting all avenues or settlement or redress within the party. Abide not to file any action in a court of law against the party or any of its officers on any matters relating to the discharge of the duties of the party without first exhausting all avenues for redress provided. Abide to always follow the path of justice, honesty, and unity among fellow contestants and party members. So help me God. Abide not to factionalize or create a parallel Congress, elections, or party organ at any level. These, of course, are put in place to prevent litigation and counter litigation after the primaries that will put the party in bad light and endanger its chances of victory in the forthcoming general elections. Meanwhile, the letter of withdrawal attached to the APC expression of interest and nomination form for aspirant to fill and submit along with other forms and credentials was generating controversy in the party. The said withdrawal letter was addressed to Abdulami Adamu, the national chairman of the APC, and should be signed by the Commissioner of Oath Public Notary before submission. The letter, which is tagged Form 18, read thus. It said, I hereby voluntarily withdraw my candidacy from the contest. My withdrawal is in the best interest of our great party, the All Progressive Party. I mean, this one is one of the tightest corner one can find himself. And I'm just wondering why so many people, even with an idea, even with knowledge of this kind of guidelines, multiple people are just buying the form to a point that people were like, man, is it that these forms are a way of concretizing your membership? Some people were saying, is it that we are going to be having more than one APC contestant? Because it's really unbelievable that people who have been even complaining of money in their individual state, especially most of the state governors, they're buying it. You understand? I mean, really, really shocking. With all of this condition, people are buying it like that. Then maybe the ABC is up to something. But however, let's just look at what Nigerians have to say here first before we talk exhaustively about this issue. Someone says APC ticket cannot go to the Southeast automatically because Southeast does not vote APC since the political dispensation started. Southeast is stronghold of PDP, and Igbo should ask PDP to give them automatic ticket. Failure of PDP to give them the ticket means they should strategize and join the party who cares for their interests. You can't reap where you did not sow. Another person say APC is a scammer. They are rolling out guidelines after collecting 100 million naira from each of the contestants. Gaiman versus Mugu. This one here says our first condition is that the party for presidency must go to the southeast, and other conditions can then follow because it is the turn of Nibos to produce the next president. That's all. Get this first, unless you are saying that Nibos are not part of Nigerians again. In case, let them go. No problem. This one says, how I wish Nigerians can see what I am seeing. The only person who can take Nigerian out of the present mess up must be the person who is very ready to follow the party of Jerry Rawlings of Ghana. Criminals must be taken out of our society. Politicians persecuted for criminality, sabotage, first punishment, etc. Any leader without that desire in mind should forget the race. Another one here says, don't mind them. They will dribble themselves to their own needs and score against themselves. Why this condition now? They are trying to scuttle the chances of credible candidates and install their mediocre. Nigeria is watching. Nigeria is watching. What will we do? This one says, with this guideline, it's clear that APC will be adopting consensus method. It means that they have already picked the presidential candidate, and every aspirant, no matter how powerful and connected, must accept whoever the party chooses. What a move. My God. I mean, looking at all of these, one will consider that there is no intention to allow liberality into the choosing of their own candidate. It's going to be consensus. That one is very glaring with all the conditions I've seen. It's going to be a consensus guy, but then nobody knows who this consensus member is. So, irrespective of how powerful you are, your capacity, your ability, and all of that, it makes no sense. All this campaign, we are seeing people running around, going from the one state to the other, and issuing out how much they are ready to serve the state or save the nation. It's totally nonsense, I'm telling you. Because with this, even if Tinubu was not selected, if Osinbajo was not selected, automatically none of them will win, because with this kind of serious conditions which you are expected to sign before you even think of submitting your form, it therefore means everybody will have to just give up and be hoping that they will be the one that the presidency will choose. All right, that's where we'd like to leave it. Go to our conversation. Let's interact. What's your position on this whole issue? It's going to be quite interesting for APC, I tell you.